Okay, welcome back to Ekate's Crossing. Okay, I'm continuing with this next part of the chapter 2. Okay, and it tells us to communicate clearly is really important. To communicate clearly. To be able to let go of the need to control, the need to blame. I think it's important that we are able to be able to communicate clearly, let go, and it brings a sense of success in the relationship. It allows us, the relationship, to feel like it's whole within itself. If we're able to sort of let go of the blame game, let go of not listening to what the other person is saying, being aware of how we actually feel within ourselves without blaming the other person. Being able to communicate clearly is super important in this process, and that's going to bring a sense of success to the relationship. So let's continue with this here. Having made space for my pain and regained my awareness in this, I can then face the pain more directly without trying to make something out of it. I can sit with it in spirit of inquiry. Although my mind may provide plenty of stories about why I feel so bad, in truth, I don't really know why I'm hurting so much right now, or what I need to do next. Instead of trying to figure things out with my mind, I can look into the pain for clues, letting my awareness penetrate the pain in gently questioning way. I can inquire into it. What's really hurting so much right now? And listen to what the feeling might have to tell me. As I do this, I begin to see that my partner's words touched a part of me that I had a hard time dealing with, one that I would rather not have to acknowledge at all. So it turns out the real issue isn't that my partner is too aggressive. It's that I feel so vulnerable when anyone sees this part of me. Now that I have penetrated to the core of the matter through mobilizing my awareness, I am no longer in danger of reacting foolishly and making the situation worse. Things can begin to move forward because I'm in touch with what is true for me. This also allows me to communicate more effectively. Instead of being defensive and reactive, I can share with her how hard it is to let her see this part of me. When I do this, that she softens and we are back in the flow of our connectedness again. In this way, we can always find a way forward when we regain our awareness and actively bring it to bear on whatever situation we are in. While becoming aware of what is happening is simply enough, it is of course not always easy to do. This is because we have an investment in maintaining and promoting an old familiar version of reality, and this prevents us from seeing what is actually going on, especially in the area of love. We are blinded by conditioned hopes and fears, by cherished preconceptions, beliefs and opinions of all kinds, both personal and collective. We perpetuate these conditioned ways of perceiving the world through repetitive stories we tell ourselves about the way things are. These kind of stories are mental fabrications, judgments or interpretations that put what is happening into a familiar framework. Usually, we do not recognize these stories as our own invention. Instead, we believe that they represent reality. Stories often operate in the background of the mind as part of an ongoing stream of subconscious gossip that we keep up with ourselves. The less conscious we are of how they control us, the more they keep us locked into old patterns of behavior. The greatest obstacle in relationships are often our stories about how we think relationships should be. If you love someone, you should always keep them happy. You should always want to be there. you should set aside your